Hi guys! Very excited. It started snowing! It's completely the wrong month. I would have been more happy if it had been snowing last month, but I'll take it. Today's video is going to be a review on a book that I feel so accomplished about finishing. Can you guess what book it's going to be? In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit. Yes, I'm going to review The Hobbit. I feel so accomplished about reading this book. This book took me 14 years to complete. Yep, 14 years. This isn't the edition I read. This is an absolutely beautiful edition that my mummy got me for Christmas, but I didn't want to ruin it, so I decided that I'm not going to read this version of it just yet. But this version is the original artwork cover by HarperCollins, and inside it has beautiful original artwork as well. But I want to keep this version of it good for now, so I didn't read this version. I read this version of it, which is my original version from my original attempt of trying to read this book since I was very young. Let me see. This is a Collins Modern Classic version of it, and this was published in 1998. So yeah, so this was the version of it that I read. Let's get started into discussing it a bit. The Hobbit was published by George Allen and Unwin in 1937, and it is written obviously by the great infamous J.R.R. Tolkien. I have it written down here that it's 351 pages long. I'm not too sure if that is for all versions of it, but yeah, it's a fact for you. It is categorised towards children literature, however it can also be categorised in fantasy as well. Like I said, it took me quite a long time to read this book, but the perseverance was definitely worth it. The Hobbit is a tale of an unexpected journey of Bilbo Baggins and his dwarvish companions. A hobbit is a jolly little person that are very fond of their home comforts and food, and they don't really have magic except that they have good eyesight, good hearing, and are quite fast. This loving of home comforts made him very dubious whenever Gandalf and 13 dwarves arrived at his door looking to take him on this adventure. And so he goes on an adventure with these dwarves to reclaim land and treasure that has been taken from them by the dragon Smaug. Bilbo also develops and changes as the journey progresses, and we see him going on a journey almost of self-discovery as he becomes a new hobbit and he gains the respect of his companions. J.R.R. Tolkien has a very chatty style of writing, and it can be very, very hard to get used to that conversational style of writing, and I think that was a big hurdle for me to overcome at the beginning. It took so long for me to read the first kind of portions of the book to get used to that style, and that's what I think I could never overcome whenever I was younger. I couldn't get into the beginning of it, and so it made it difficult to continue on. However, being older and learning to persevere with stuff, I stuck with it this time. I'm so glad that I stuck with it, because once you get over it, you really get captivated and hooked into the story. It's actually very informative and very detailed as you read, and it completely opens this new world to you. Being targeted for children, it is a very easy read. However, by no means has he dumbed it down. It is still very enjoyable, I think, for anybody of any age, because it's just such a captivating story. He takes a traditional story plot of somebody who's had a very cushioned life and is being put out of their comfort zone, and they're not necessarily happy at first to be going through this change. However, they go through this process of self-discovery, and at the end of it, they change and become a whole new person or hobbit. So at the end of it, I'm very glad that I stuck and persevered to the end, because it was really, really, really worth it, and I enjoyed it and was captivated, and I give it 4 stars. Unfortunately, I haven't seen the movie yet, so I'm going to have to fix that, so hopefully I'll get to see it soon, and there'll probably be a review comparison to the movie at some point when I see it. Also, I have decided to take on this year the 50 book challenge, so I'm hoping that that will be successful, and I will record my progress as I go on. So The Hobbit is the first book of this year that I've read. I'm now taking on Perks of Being a Wallflower, which I'm really enjoying. I'm shocked that I haven't read it yet, so that's going to happen. Also thinking of taking up the 100 movie challenge, so that will be an interesting 2 challenges for the year, so I hope they go well. So that's it for now, folks. I'm very self-conscious of the fact that I'm not wearing much makeup and no eye makeup. I feel so vulnerable. Yeah, I have to go to work soon, so it wasn't happening. I'm going to go now to finish getting ready for work, so I'll see you guys later. Bye!